Good morning, class. This is your teacher, Miss Judy N.C. Patatsil. How are you today? Welcome to Mapeh subject, second quarter, week 4. Our most essential learning competencies for this morning are discusses the concept that technology is an effective and vibrant tool for empowering a person to express his or her ideas, goals, and advocacies which elicit immediate action. Explain the role or function of artworks by evaluating their utilization and combination of art, elements, and principles. Explains the role or function of artworks by evaluating their utilization and combination of art elements and principles. Uses artworks to derive the traditions, history of a community, landscape, images of people at work, and play portrait studies, and others. And compares the characteristics of artwork in the 21st century. The lesson that we're going to discuss this morning is about modern technology, its roles and functions on artworks. So what's in? Last time you learned and identified the different elements of technology-based production such as lines, shapes, colors, form, texture, value, and the space. So the highlight of the lesson was the talented Filipino artist Vincent Rafael Aseo who adapted technology-based artwork. So aside from him, there are many other Filipino digital artists who are well known in the country as well as the international arena. So what is it? Modern technology, a tool for empowerment. So in the 21st century, the advancement of technology is fast and the creation of high-tech gadgets such as mobile phones, tablets, laptops, and computers upgrade from time to time. So these new technologies have become a necessity to all human beings for communication and entertainment purposes. In the field of arts, there are developments in terms of the processes of creating an artwork. Artists became more interested to be the so-called digital-based art, and they were able to explore and develop their skills and talents in this field. So, below are the reasons why digital artists use modern technology as a tool for empowerment. A form of communication. So it expresses ideas through visual elements and principles in an artistic, advanced, and creative way. So symbols and signages are typical examples that give important directions or instructions that need to be followed. So digital posters and slogans are also powerful tools to convey messages of different issues. It is accessible to mass consumption. So with the availability of modern technology, digital artworks are easier to access and share in the different social and multimedia platforms. It also had a wider range of art forms to produce. So with the different applications and software available in making digital artworks, artists have made many choices to the kind of artwork they want to produce. So, at the comfort of making their masterpieces, they can explore and develop their skills, talents, and self-confidence further. It also have more productive and practical. So creating digital artworks uses limited materials, unlike the traditional way of making art. It is also easier to manipulate these modern art gadgets by simply undoing committed mistakes in the art phase. In terms of the productivity, digital artworks are easier to create and sell. Now let's proceed to the role, function of artworks as to utilization and combination of art elements and principles. So digital artwork by Mr. Christian Ray or Ricardze. So there are two roles function of art, which is the non-motivated and motivated. First, we will discuss the non-motivated function of art. So this means that art is based on one's perspective and does not fulfill a specific external purpose. In this manner, art as a creativity is something humans must do by their basic human instinct for harmony, balance, and rhythm. It is a personal internal appreciation of aesthetic value or balance and beauty. Experience of the mysterious, it gives brand new experience to people by valuing the meaning of the art. Expression of the imagination, it shares the experience of the artist through forms, symbols, and ideas with meaning that can be perceived in the artwork. Ritualistic and symbolic function, in many cultures, art is used in rituals, performances, and dances as symbols and decorations such as part of the background in different apparels and costumes. Next, we have the motivated functions of art. So these art are intentional and they are used by the artist or creator. They can function to bring about political change, to comment or to convey specific idea. Further, they can be used for medical purposes, entertainment, and communication. Communication, as most forms of communication, it has intent to give meaning and direction towards another individual. This is a motivated purpose. Illustrative arts and maps are examples of these arts as communication. Art as entertainment. Digital art gives mixed emotions and moods for the purpose of relaxing or entertaining the viewer. The avant-garde, this is the art of political change. In the 21st century, digital arts were used to bring about political change. Art as a free zone. Contemporary art has enhanced its tolerance toward cultural differences, as well as critical and liberating functions or social inquiry, activism, subversion, deconstruction, and other. It paves the way to a wider place for exploration and experimentation. Next, we have the art for social causes. Art can be used to raise awareness in the different issues in the surrounding. For an instance, the conduct of art exhibits that aims to raise awareness of autism, cancer, human trafficking, and other issues. Art for medical purposes. Art is also used as a therapy by the therapists, psychotherapies, and clinical psychologists. Art for propaganda or commercialism. Art is often utilized as propaganda to influence popular conception or mood. In the same way, it is also used to sell products, and in this case, art subtly manipulates the viewer into a particular emotions or psychological response to an idea or object. Now let's proceed to the use of technology-based art to derive traditions and history. Historical accounts are visualized with the remnants and artifacts preserved from the past. One of the most important aspects where we can study tradition and history is through the artworks left from one generation to the other. The history behind artworks at different times help us learn and understand people and their cultures. It has also helped in a lot of cases to learn the transition of humankind in its social, political, and economic stages. Art in this sense is communication. It allows people from different cultures and different times to communicate with each other via images, sounds, and stories. In today's world, wherein the era of rapid technological progress is inevitable, the traditional arts are enhanced with the use of digital technologies. So nevertheless, the use of artworks is still the same in the expression of moods and feelings of an artist representing a particular group of people. Digital medium of producing artworks has become the trend in the 21st century. It is also known as technology-based art. So most popular forms of technology-based art are the digital painting and drawing, mobile phone art, digital photography, video gaming, and imaging videos and animations. Although the artworks produced are digitally or technologically based, it still depicts the common concepts, subjects, and themes of landscapes, people, work, nature, or everyday life, conflicts, and social change that all delve into the community traditions and history. To understand fully the use of technology-based art in deriving the traditions and history, we can simply look, understand, and analyze that relationship of the digital artworks produced in terms of culture and history. The functions of technology-based art in deriving history, cultures, and traditions are as follows. So it is used to provide visual information from the past. It is used to educate people regarding history, culture, and traditions by visual representations. It is used to preserve the ideas, communal experiences, happenings, scenic structures, and many more through visual arts like digital photography and digital paintings. It is also used to promote the beauty of natural landscapes, structures, people, and traditions through digital photography and digital painting. Art reflects history, cultures, and traditions. So, history, culture, and traditions are indispensable part of humanity. History refers to the study of the past events, most especially human events and endeavors. Cultures is the way, Culture is the way people live, where customs, beliefs, art, social groups, and people are parts of it. Traditions are part of history and culture that are passed on from one generation to generation. So here are sample of digital artworks that reflect history, culture, and traditions. First, we have the vegan heritage. So the vegan heritage is a major landmark in the province of Ilocos Sur, which derived from the Spanish colonization during the 16th century. It is a living remnant of an old architectural design preserved in a digital photograph. Next, we have the Princess Orduha. The Princess Orduha is believed to be a heroine in Philippine history, particularly in Pangasinan. This was accounted in the travels of Ibn Battuta, a Muslim traveler from Morocco. The animated film was created on June 18, 2008. It is an art reflecting the traditional society during the Sultanate period in the Philippines animated art. Next, we have the Effigal rice terraces. Approximately 2,000 years had passed, a majestic landscape followed the lines of the mountains. It is the fruit of knowledge, passed on from generation to generation. It expresses a scenic beauty of harmonious relationship between human and the environment. Next, we have the Laro ng Lahi. This is a digital painting done which is a conglomeration of the traditional Filipino games like tumbang preso, kadang-kadang, trumpo, palo sebo, luksong baka, patintero, and many more. So it reflects Filipino ingenuity in terms of their leisure activities. So we have here the digital painting of Laro ng Lahi by Christian Ray R. Ricarze. We also have a digital painting, We Heal as One by Christian Ray R. Ricarze. So this is a digital poster as an interpretation of the courage, resilience, volunteerism, and unity of the Filipinos amidst the pandemic. In this particular artwork, social awareness, relevance, and responsibility are emphasized as part of the Filipino culture. Next, we have a mobile art, phone art example, photo taken and edited by Winifredo P. Pebinito on January 2020. So it is a Mount Arayat landscape. So it is a mobile phone art using free application showing an altered scenic landscape of Mount Arayat in Pampanga. So the actual photo was transformed to a technology-based art. Next, we have the 100 Islands or the seascape. So, digital photography showing an evidence of the natural beauty of the seascape of Lingayen Gulf, where the famous 100 Islands is located. It is digital photography. It is taken by Winifredo P. Benito on May 2013. Next, we have the city life or the Baguio City. The Baguio City is known as the summer capital of the Philippines. It is a city established during the American colonization in the Philippines at the top of the mountains of Benguet. Baguio life is just like the other cities in the Philippines. However, it has a cold climate due to its topographical location and elevation. It is a digital photography by Winifredo P. Benito on December 2012. Now let's proceed to the characteristics of the 21st century artworks. The beginning of the 21st century has expanded the world of artists as they are taking advantage of endless options technology can offer them. On the other hand, younger generations are more engaged in arts because they can create their own artworks using technologies that are more interactive. The rise of technology-based arts like digital arts using desktop, PC, laptops, phones, and tablets has created new styles and expressions. In fact, you can be a digital artist in your own simple way by editing using your phone. So just so you are already creating your own style of manipulating and producing an artwork. So what is the process? Artists of different generations have one thing in common and that is to express their personal experiences, beliefs, and to make a change. However, from generation to generation, the processes or ways of creating artworks totally differ. Artists of the classical period produce masterpieces using materials that we are available at that specific time like paints from natural materials. But with the advancement of technology, artists in the 21st century developed new processes of creating art compositions. The integration of technology became so popular, and a new norm of do-it-yourself artworks has invaded the mainstream of art. So desktop computers, laptops, and smartphones have emerged as powerful tools over paints and brushes in making artworks. Themes and styles. The 21st century era of art is a period of free forms and styles which is characterized by experts as the time of art without uniformity in principle or ideology. So artists drew their subjects from the day-to-day events. An artist can create a masterpiece just simply observing this around him. So these artworks are reflections of society and culture, politics, science, and technology, and others. So therefore, it does not have a single point of view and make audience think outside of the box. It's interdisciplinary that you need to understand other fields to point out exactly what the artist wanted to give you. Visual arts. So visual arts are basically art forms which are visual in nature, like drawing, painting, design, photography, videography, architecture, and movie making. So during the 20th century, visual arts were only used to describe fine arts like sculpture and paintings. But today's usage, they also include applied arts such as the forms. Image and media are the two distinct elements of visual arts. Artists use this to send messages and to create communications about specific subjects such as gender, human rights, political beliefs and ideology, culture, poverty, and other contemporary issues. Furthermore, the emergence of technology gave the rise of computer arts or digital arts. Computer arts, together with filmmaking, became the mainstream of art that is expanded to a very vast discipline. People have new ways of appreciating and looking at arts in a different perspective. Now let's proceed to the some artworks of the 21st century. So the pictures on your screen shows an example of the arts of the 21st century. We also have another example of the art of the 21st century. It is the Mayon volcano by Carlos Esquerra. So that's all for our lesson this morning. I hope you enjoy and you've learned a lot. Thank you for listening. Your activities and for your quizzes, just follow the GAITF link on your screen. Once again, good morning and have a nice day.